Welcome to the New View of the World channel. Today, you will discover what lies ahead for our world in the coming years. The famous predictor, Abhigya Anand, whose prophecies have already stunned the world, shares his new visions. These predictions are thought-provoking and even chilling. Stay tuned, the future is closer than you think. Abhigya Anand was born in India into a family of scholars and displayed incredible abilities from a young age. At just 6 years old, he began studying ancient astrological texts, and by 12, he became the world's youngest expert in Vedic astrology. His extraordinary intellect and ability to analyze the movements of planets and stars have brought him global recognition. The foundation of his predictions is a blend of ancient wisdom and modern mathematical calculations. Abhigya asserts that everything in this world is connected to the movement of celestial bodies and their influence on us. His accurate forecasts have repeatedly amazed humanity. In 2019, Abhigya accurately predicted the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, specifying the timeframe from November 2019 to April 2020. He also warned about global natural disasters, including major earthquakes and hurricanes, which occurred between 2021 and 2023. His forecasts about financial crises and rising tensions between countries are already coming true, particularly in the context of current geopolitical conflicts. Today, Abhigya is one of the youngest and most authoritative predictors in the world. His words inspire both admiration and fear, as many of his prophecies have already become reality. Darkness is approaching, global threats until 2030. Abhigya warns that the period from 2024 to 2030 will be an era of global upheaval. His words sound like a warning to all of humanity: rivers will become greedy monsters, oceans will rise, and the earth will tremble like never before, he says. Regions near major waterways will be particularly endangered. For example, the Yellow River region in China will face unprecedented floods, destroying infrastructure and forcing millions to flee their homes. 2026 Godu on Prignaziriat Silnia Zimli Trisenia v Azii I Ameriki, Katoria Suryosna Pavliayut na Krupnia Garada. Deserts will turn into swamps, and icy regions will feel the heat. Nature will retaliate for our indifference. This will be a reset of everything we knew, he warns. The polar ice caps will melt at an alarming rate, causing sea levels to rise and threatening the existence of coastal cities. The world will continue to burn in the flames of conflicts. The South China Sea will become a new battleground for the great powers. Here, a struggle will begin that will affect all of humanity, says Anand. This zone will become a hotspot for disputes over natural resources and territorial claims. But Asia will not be the only epicenter of conflicts. The Caucasus and the Middle East, according to his forecasts, will also face periods of escalation. This will be a time when nations lose faith in dialogue. Through blood and destruction, humanity will search for answers, he asserts. The period from 2028 to 2030 will be particularly dangerous. The threat of a global war has never been closer. Anand predicts that technology will begin to change people's lives faster than they can adapt. Artificial intelligence will be both a blessing and a curse. People will become slaves to their creations, he says. Already, we see robots replacing humans in key sectors, and this trend will only intensify. Chip implantation is just the beginning. It will start as a voluntary measure but will soon become mandatory, he warns. Those who refuse may be excluded from the digital economy. In the future, he foresees a divide between countries willing to embrace this path and those resisting it. Economic collapse, the end of the dollar and new currencies. The global financial system faces a major breakdown. The dollar will fall. Its place will be taken by new currencies, including those associated with the BRICS alliance, he says. The Chinese yuan, digital currencies, and alternative financial systems will become the foundation of a new economy. However, this transition will be accompanied by crises, mass unemployment, and growing poverty. The world will never be the same, asserts Anand. The period from 2028 to 2033 will be decisive for the global economy. Those who are ready for change will survive and thrive. The rest will face chaos. Abhigya also warns of a new pandemic that will emerge in the mid-2020s. It will not be a repeat of 2020, but the world will still be shaken. Famine will engulf regions that were once fertile, he predicts. Africa and Asia will be particularly vulnerable. In addition, natural disasters such as droughts and floods will exacerbate the famine crisis. Only those who begin to care for their land now can avoid catastrophe, Anand says. The earth will demand payment for our disrespect. Anand describes the post-2030 future as recovery after the storm. The world will begin to rebuild, but it will be an entirely different reality. Technology, climate, and geopolitics will change beyond recognition. Nature will take its course, and humanity will have to learn to live in harmony with it, he says. We are entering an era of chaos, declares Abhigya Anand. These prophecies are not a reason for panic but a call to action. If you think you still have time, you are mistaken. Start preparing today. Nature, technology, and our own mistakes are becoming part of a global game with incredibly high stakes. What do you think about the future? Which of these predictions seem most realistic to you? Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to New View of the World to stay updated on new revelations about the future. Your awareness is your weapon in the fight for the future.